Welcome to the Nothing Much Just Chillin' Show with your hosts Emma and Julio. Nothing much, just chillin' show. Nothing much, just a chillin'.
Welcome back to NMJC, aka Nothing Much Just Chillin'. I'm Emma, and today we have a very special guest.
I don't know if it's that special anymore.
I live with him, and
I'm the most accessible guest. That's how
you know
I
what? He was available today, so
in my very busy schedule. Anything for NMJC, the one and only podcast
in the world
I listen to. Yeah,
Oh.
in the world.
Yes,
For me,
it is the only podcast that Julio listens to. Julio doesn't listen to
aside from overhearing your
right.
other regular podcasts.
Yeah, totally. I wanted to have Julio on for this podcast. First of all, sorry that I didn't put out a podcast last week.
Unbelievable.
You know what? I was really going strong there. But last week I had my period and I had a bunch of shit to do and I didn't have time. And I also wanted to do this podcast with Julio. So I needed to consider his schedule as well. So I really wanted Julio to be on this podcast because we're going to be talking about our experience at Boston Calling last weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We went to a music festival because our friend Jay Ferris, who produced, recorded, created the NMJC theme song.
Yeah.
His band, Blue Light Bandits, was playing in Boston Calling Music Festival, and we got to go.
We did.
Or we bought tickets like the second that
we planned on going from the start.
Yeah.
But the circumstances for our being there changed.
Right. First we were just going to go as
fans.
I was about to say regular people.
I mean, yeah.
GA,
just
general
fans,
admission.
Yeah.
And we didn't even use our general admission passes.
Yeah, they're perfectly intact.
Yeah. A couple weeks prior to us going to Boston, we got word that we would be able to be crew for the band and I would be able to be their photographer. So that was really fucking cool. We got artist passes. Yeah. I've never had an artist pass in my life. You haven't either, have
Crossed, I guess. But I like barely count that festival.
Yeah, that was for work, I guess. Yeah.
Not like this, though. That was nothing close to what we experienced at Boston Calling.
No, this was supreme treatment. It was we were treated like royalty. It's crazy, the festival tiers and like the access points that we could go to.
Yeah,
like a bunch of people would be getting turned away from going to a specific like entrance or exit, and we would just be like, and they'd be like, oh yes artists, go.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of power to wield for a weekend.
Yeah, a lot of power. And I've never the bathroom situation alone, like we never had to go in a porta potty. Like the bathrooms for the artist section are so amazing. I mean, VIP too. Like they have great bathrooms and just a great like viewing experience for other shows. I mean, obviously we were like backstage and shooting during their performance, during Jay's band's performance. But when we went to see other bands, we could stand in the VIP section and it was much more spacious and more comfortable than the general admission. And I've never felt comfortable like at a concert or a music festival. I've never felt comfortable in a crowd of people. I've never felt comfortable.
Damn. You really reverse engineer your way to that. Yeah.
It was so comfortable the whole
You're going to
week.
have to unpack that at a later time, I think. But we can just move on for now.
Yeah, we're moving on. But you know what I mean? Like I've never, like in a group of people, like have you ever been like, oh yeah, like this is it? Like no.
Yeah.
Until this moment, until we had artist passes and I was like, oh my God, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do an event, a music festival, anything, like having premium access, having people just be like, oh yeah, go through, and just having like just prime amenities.
Yeah.
Like the artist section, it was so, I can't even describe it. It was so nice. We had free water, food, the alcohol. I don't drink, but alcohol and coffee and it was
Shade.
just so shade. It was so chill
Yeah.
compared to general admission at the festival, which we actually looked at the comments for Boston Calling Music Festival's like Instagram, and people were complaining, and I felt
Yeah.
really bad
Sorry if
how
that
privileged
was
we were.
for all those people in the GA.
Yeah, they said that there was like bad crowd control issues, and the porta potties were disgusting, and yeah, just a lot of like issues for general admission. So I'm very
Which is
thankful
like
that we had.
not excusing a bad festival either, but to a certain extent,
You could get what you pay for.
that's kind of like what you get at a festival, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's why we don't go to many, because we don't want to be uncomfortable.
yeah, I feel like, especially now, having experienced that, I feel like we're going to have to shell out for VIP passes when we do festivals, and we'll just have to wait until we're in a different place in life. But
yeah, I don't think I can do a porta potty ever again.
I get that. Mm-hmm. You always have to sit, and I don't understand that.
Yeah. No, last summer when I went home to Maryland, I went to this farm, a lavender farm, with my mom, and I really had to pee, and all they had was a porta potty, and I almost vomited. Like I got so sick. I was sick for like 10 minutes, like after, just like gagging.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't do it.
Yeah. All right.
I get grossed out really easily.
We'll hold out for those VIP passes.
Yeah, or just not go until we're like
working. Oh, yeah. That too.
Yeah. Which is nice that now I will have these pictures from this festival to now send to other festivals or publications that are covering festivals or bands, smaller artists, and yeah, I'm happy to have that for my portfolio. But overall, it was like a really fun time, and it was a really fun day. The day that they performed, it was an amazing day.
It really was. It was nice to spend time with them. They have a really great group of people.
Everyone that we were with was so chill and cool and nice and just on the same page. Every single person there, it was their, some, it wasn't their first time because they've been with other artists. But so we were all like the whole day being like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Yeah, it was definitely like a moment for them, you know?
Yeah.
And so it was cool to just kind of be around and
it was very special.
Help you kind of capture different little moments. And you did a great job. The pictures came out really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really proud.
Yeah.
Really proud of them.
So everything went well. Yeah, it was dare I say a perfect trip.
Yeah, there were some hiccups here and there when we were driving to the festival. I had that week the week before Boston Calling, I had bought a new lens. Not specifically for Boston Calling, but I was like, okay, it's time to buy this lens because I've been thinking about buying this lens for a really, really long time. It's just super expensive, and I didn't have like a real rushed reason to buy it. But given the circumstance of like, oh, I was going to be shooting them on stage, I was like, oh, I need to have like a better zoom lens, and I really need that lens now. Like I need to just bite the bullet, put it on my credit card. And yeah, I mean, obviously it's like an expense for my business too. So very expensive lens. And 10 minutes into driving to the festival, we were getting there super early anyways too. But 10 minutes into driving, I was like, oh my God, I forgot my lens, because it's so big that I didn't put it in my camera bag. I put it in Julio's backpack, and we just both forgot to bring it. I mean, I forgot. It was my fault. I forgot to bring it.
Yeah, but it's fine. I forget stuff all the time. And it was just, we were transferring bags. Like the bag that Emma put it in was not the bag I was taking to Boston Calling, because it was like a full size backpack, and we just had this one clear bag. So yeah, it was just, it was an early morning after a late night, big day, a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, and I just had limited time to get ready that morning because, we like barely had any time to sleep, and then when I got up, this was amazing, like getting a full tour of Jay's home from his parents. Like they're amazing. Jay's parents are my favorite people now that I've met them. They're amazing. But anyways, so they were giving me a tour, and then I was just having such a good time like talking to them that I forgot to get myself ready in time and make sure I had everything. But I know that I packed my camera bag very well, like for the flight.
Yeah.
So I knew that I had everything that I needed in the camera bag besides the big lens. But I'm like, of course I'm not going to forget that. It's huge. Yeah, I just forgot. And I felt really stupid. But luckily, Jay's parents and his girlfriend were coming later and could bring it to me. But then when we were like 10 minutes away from the music festival, I saw Jay like pick up his phone. And he's like, I need to call my mom. I forgot my guitar. Like he forgot his guitar. He's playing a music festival that day, like the biggest
guitarist.
gig of his life, and he forgot he forgot his guitar. Well, he had a backup guitar with no strap.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really funny overhearing their conversation. He's like, I know, I'm really stupid. Emma was stupid too. Like we both made stupid mistakes.
But yeah, no, it was all good. So no issues at the end of the day.
No, it all worked out.
Yeah.
Their set was amazing. Everything went swimmingly. I was very anxious just after that day because I had to wait until Tuesday to get my film developed. So from Friday to Tuesday, I was just like praying to the film gods that my film was good, but it ended up being, it's fine. It was a monumental day.
Yeah.
It was really
That's
nice.
a good word.
Yeah. But it was just nice seeing them like live out a dream really.
Yeah.
And be
Playing a
there
festival,
and be there
that's
to support them.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Which is why we, from the jump, we were like, yeah, we got to go
Yeah.
no matter what. So
Yeah, and I had the thought too. I'm like, oh, they probably have a photographer already, but like I would really like to capture some of it for them because of how exciting the day will be. And luckily, they had room for us on their little crew team. So yeah, it worked out. Julio was my second shooter. He had my point and shoots and was just, contenting it up.
yeah, I had very good direction from you. So many years of subtle training.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, that 10% better than I was 7 years ago.
Yeah, Julio's a really good filmer, really good shooter. So
You heard it here.
yeah.
It was fun to be to pretend to be a photographer for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the pit, I was like, oh, people looking at me probably think I'm a photographer.
Yeah,
I was like thinking that in my mind.
You
But
are.
I'm not.
You are.
Filming is fun. And it's this extra bonus that it was for a
good group of people.
A good group of people, someone that we personally, care about.
Love.
And
Love deeply.
we love Jay.
And have I knew Jay before you did.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, well, I knew of him. We weren't like friends or anything, but I would see him perform with some of our other musician friends. Like he would come on when like Small House was performing and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just remember like looking at him being like, oh my God, this kid is sent from above. Like how is he so good? And then just getting to know Jay and realizing, oh no, he lives and breathes music.
Yeah.
That's why he's so good. He's so dedicated to his craft and has been for so much of his life.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool to be able to see him present his talent. I mean, we live over here, so we can't go see him perform live often at all. Like we haven't seen him in 5 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just
almost
really
exactly when we saw him. So
it was just really amazing to get to watch him perform and do his thing. And Julio used to perform with him. They used to write music together. Jay and Julio were roommates.
Yes, we were roommates both of our senior years, my super senior year.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like one of the best years of my life, honestly.
Yeah, the one when we were long distance.
The only thing that would have made it better is if you were with me. But
I did visit often. We did see each other often.
In terms of music and like creative expression, potentially I might have peaked there.
No.
I don't know.
No.
It was like pretty special. Just also from like it was like a revolving door for some of like the best musicians, not only like on campus, but like from around town.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of that was credit to Jay because he was just, was just able to like make friends out and about and like involved himself in the community. So it was really nice to get to meet some really cool people and to play music with a lot of really talented people who I still admire today. Drew Faust, go check out Drew Faust. He is a great roots Americana kind of singer. Mason Keck and Jive Mother Mary, amazing. Will Lowe and Low Vintage Guitars, amazing guitar curators in over there in Burlington.
And check out Blue Light Bandits.
And of course, Blue Light Bandits, the main event.
Yeah, go follow them. Like all their posts of my pictures.
All that to say, it was Jay's like a really special person, so it was really cool to
be there
be a
for
part
that.
of that. And hopefully it won't have to wait 5 years for the next time that we get to hang out and have a cool little moment. But it
was special.
It was like a very good for the soul kind of weekend.
Yeah. And I had never been to Boston, so that was really exciting for me. I love this
basically
song,
my first
Boston.
time as well.
Yeah, basically Julio's first time. He just toured some colleges.
Yeah,
there,
I toured
right?
a couple colleges, went there for like one day.
Yeah.
So
we didn't explore that much of the city, but it was kind of cool being on like Harvard's campus for the music festival. And we stayed in a hotel for 2 days. We first stayed at Jay's house for 2 nights, and then we went to a hotel for 2 days in Boston in the Seaport area, and it was really nice.
It was a nice time.
I'd love to go back.
I definitely.
Obviously, Boston Calling is a music festival, so there was more acts than Blue Light Bandits, but Blue Light Bandits was definitely
they were the main event.
100%. 100% the best performance of the weekend. But we did see some other great performances, and I think we should share. Friday, we saw the Foo Fighters. You were loving it. You love the Foo Fighters.
Of course. Dave Grohl is one of my musical heroes.
Dave Grohl brought out his daughter, Violet, to sing a song, and she was amazing. And then also the drummer, Taylor Hawkins, his son.
The late drummer. R.I.P.
His son came out to drum during a song, so that was really cool.
Shane Hawkins.
Shane Hawkins, yeah.
Very cool to see them live, kind of cross like a big name off the list. The bucket list of shows,
Yeah. And that was so fun. We were just with Jay and his girlfriend Kylie, and we were just vibing out. They were eating pizza. We were eating ice cream.
Yep.
And it was just the end of a long, very rewarding day. So it was just nice to top it off with the Foo Fighters.
100%.
Saturday, I think the first act that we saw was Noah Kahan, which was who I was, besides Blue Light Bandits, who I was most excited for to see. I love Noah Kahan. I love the song Stixies. I love all of his songs. He's an amazing artist. If you don't know him, please check him out. What's the genre of music?
It's like folk pop.
Yeah, folk pop. Julio cried.
A little bit. I was tearing up. Yeah. It was, he had a nice little...
It was a tearjerker, honestly.
Speech in between one of his songs. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's nice.
I mean, his songs are just so moving, too. So
and then the song made a lot more sense with his speech.
Exactly.
So I was like,
Yeah.
And it hit me a little bit. So
I think it hit everyone.
thanks for sharing that with everyone. I appreciate that.
You're so welcome. We love an emotional king.
Yeah. Shut up. Right. What else happened that day?
Oh, but I got, well, at least I didn't tell it to him because I got to talk to him.
Oh, yeah.
He was coming into the artist section while we were going out, and I just kind of was like, Noah, your set was amazing. We loved it so much. It was so meaningful, whatever. And he was very nice to just stop and hear me ramble on, but he was like, thanks. Oh, but it was just such a great set.
Totally.
And then who else did we see that day? I know the Lumineers were at night, but did we see anybody in between?
What time did we get there?
The Flaming Lips.
Noah Kahan was the first one, yeah.
Alanis Morissette.
We overheard Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
We didn't really go.
Yeah.
But yeah, we heard some of her hits. Flaming Lips, we caught the end of their show.
That was cool.
Mountain Joy was playing while Noah Kahan was setting up.
Yeah.
Saturday we kind of took it easy because we were really tired. So I think we really only saw full sets was Noah Kahan and Lumineers maybe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of it was kind of just passive. We were sort of just walking around.
Yeah, we were enjoying
hanging
the
out.
Artist section.
Yeah.
The VIP sections. It was nice because we didn't know that we would have that access all weekend, but
yeah,
it was sick.
And then Sunday,
some of the bandmates came, not Jay, but some of his bandmates and their girlfriends came, and we just hung out. Oh, and John, their manager, was there too.
Yep.
And Rachel. Yeah, so we had a little gang on Sunday to go see shows with, and First off, we went to 070 Shake, which
was great.
I love her so much. She was great.
She's got anthems.
Yep. She fucked up her ankle during her set.
Yeah.
But
She
yeah,
was
she's
cool.
all right. Yeah, she's so cool.
And then we took a little break, I think. Oh, we went
We
over
went to
to
the
watch.
Orange Stage.
Yeah, to watch another local,
Mhm.
Allie McGurk.
Yes.
And she
Yeah,
sang.
she was cool.
She used to sing with Dan from Blue Light Bandits.
Yeah.
So they were kind of like a little local connect. She was great.
Yep. And then I think we went to Bleachers, huh?
We went to Bleachers, which was great.
Jack Antonoff.
A lot of New Jersey pride, which, you know, I love to see. Every time you mentioned New Jersey, I was like, yeah, New Jersey. And then he would play a song, and I had no idea what song it was. So I probably seemed like the
Such a fake
fakest fan there, but I was more of a fan of the New Jersey representing.
Right. It's
Um,
okay. I'm sure nobody noticed.
Because, yeah, a lot of people, we were talking about this the other night. It's like, a lot of people from New Jersey try to be like, oh, I'm kind of like from New York, though. Or like, I'm kind of from Philly.
Yeah.
It's like,
I grew up going to the city like once
whatever.
a month.
Just be from Jersey. It's fine. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
I get it, but
Danny DeVito. Meryl Streep.
Mm.
Derek Jeter. Frank Sinatra.
Nessa Barrett.
Nessa Barrett.
Um,
Julio. No, not really.
Julio Dragonetti.
I'm an import to New Jersey, but I love it.
You
the
grew
same.
up there. You're
Yeah.
3 years old. That's
Yeah.
you're New Jersey.
Well, I don't like that because
Oh.
it discounts my Argentinian
Okay, sorry.
origin.
You're both.
so.
You're both. Sorry. Oh,
Bitch.
Julio just murdered a gnat on the team. Oh my god.
Little piece of shit. Tell your friends. You can't because you're dead.
Oh
Sorry.
that is not very vegan. This is not very vegan of us.
Sorry. We've been fighting them all day. Like, we're really, it's been
It's a problem. I think this time of year they're
it's
just like
yeah, it's heating up a little bit. Yeah.
swarming.
There's been some humidity too, which
Mm-hmm.
I could do without that.
Me too. What is
Um,
this global warming like attacking like the good weather of SoCal? Like I hate it.
Seriously.
Like this used to be a great town, and it's
This
gone.
used to be a great
it's
town.
gone downhill with all of its cloudiness and doom and humidity.
The first half of that sentence sounds like so. Like, sounds like a grandma complaining about like all those Latinos are moving into town.
The weather used to be better though. Can you agree?
No, yeah, this
Okay.
this has been like actually like scientifically like the worst
Mm-hmm.
year in LA ever since the year started.
Mm-hmm.
Not cool.
Yeah. So
One
if you want to
star.
move to LA for the weather,
It's over.
don't.
LA is over. Pick a different city. We'll stay here. We'll hold it down, but
Yeah.
you guys go somewhere else.
Right.
We didn't finish our recap. Bleachers, and then we ate while Maren Morris was playing, and then we went to see Queens of the Stone Age, and then we
They were
took
cool.
a break again.
You liked that. You enjoyed.
I'm a big fan of Josh Homme, and my good friend Carter is a big fan. So I felt like I had to be there like as a vessel for his excitement.
Yeah. It was a
Um,
great performance. I loved it.
Yeah, and then I sent him like a picture and a video, and then Emma, luckily, I didn't take a video of the ending, but their finale was like
Insane.
incredible, like one of the best closings to a show I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was so amazing.
And then Emma took a video of it, and I was trying to remember what song. I was like, yeah, I don't know. And I was explaining it to Carter because he was asking for the play-by-play. I was
Yeah.
like, this show is amazing. And then, so I tell him, I was like, yeah, I don't know. They started with this crazy riff, and then like there was a lot of syncopation, and then they did a drum solo, and then they went crazy and like closed it out. And then he was like, oh, that was definitely like Songs for the Dead and da-da-da. And like, oh, when they did it in 2004, like this was the version, and then they do it live this way. And like he was giving me an encyclopedia of like how they run their shows, and literally to a T described like what we just saw, which was crazy. And then, yeah, I sent him the video, and he was like, oh, that was so amazing.
I'm glad you appreciated it. I was just
Yeah,
looking
no.
at it because I'm like, wow, whoever's operating that switchboard
The screen was going crazy.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Like they were probably just like the entire time, like the entire finale. Like I was so impressed. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like that's definitely someone manually just hitting buttons right now, and
Yeah.
I was
I think before their show,
Amazed.
they said something like, there will be flashing lights
Oh,
during this
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Like, just in
Oh
case.
God, yeah. Yeah, you need a health warning for
Epilepsy.
that. Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so they were amazing. And then we were already in the crowd area for Paramore. We caught the first couple songs. Emma and I kind of planned earlier that day that we were going to leave early.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we were, like, really dead. And as much as Paramore is, like, cool, we're just not, like, personally the biggest fans.
Yeah.
Which, like, I know is dangerous to say on the internet these days because they're really, like, making a huge comeback.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it's just like not the kind of music that I listen to,
but we, like, I personally, like, I think they're super cool.
but they're iconic.
I think
I mean,
Williams
Haley
is dope.
Williams is fucking iconic.
Yeah. She wore a shirt that, like, this long tee that just said abort the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
It's just, like, amazing to watch her because she's one of those that, like, bounces
She's a
around, but
performer.
she's singing, like, you couldn't, if you were just closing your eyes, you'd think she was just, like, standing still. Her
Right.
breath is so, like,
Controlled.
it's just crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And caught a little bit of King Lizard.
King Gizzard and the Lizard
Oh
Wizard.
my God, I can't. Sorry, King Gizzard.
Gizzard.
King Gizzard and
The Lizard
the
Wizard.
Lizard Wizard. Like what? Like that is such a tongue twister. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it down.
We caught a little bit. We kind of like were walking somewhere else, but we walked slowly because we were overhearing some crazy guitar solo situation.
Right.
And I was looking at the screen, and this guy was like freaking out, like
Yeah.
throwing his guitar all over the place. It was really cool. I
Well, I
wish we
forgot that we
caught
also-
more of them, but
I forgot that we also saw Niall Horan on Friday.
we did. Jay's girlfriend Kylie, she told us that she was a huge fan.
Yeah, and I
She's
had
like, "Oh, yeah,
all
we'll
my
go over
camera
there."
stuff, so I was like, oh, why don't I go in the camera pit?
Right, because
And
we
so,
didn't know how far we could push it.
Right, so I was trying to push it. So, but I guess Niall Horan must have had like his own security there or his own people because they kicked me out after like a couple minutes. But I did get some shots of him. I got better shots of his guitarist, the girl guitarist.
Yeah,
She
if
was
anyone
sick,
knows
but-
who Niall Horan's guitarist is,
yeah, let us know because I have
Drop
really
the at.
dope pictures of her.
you should post them
Yeah,
at the end
Who
of this
is
clip
this
if you cut
woman?
this up.
I'm sure it could
Help
just
us
Google
find.
it.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, was that?
Yeah, we
was
saw
that
some
it?
great. Yep. I think that was it. We saw some great acts. I'm really happy that we went in general, but super happy with the pictures that I got.
Yeah,
And it was a really fun, quick trip
yeah. A huge thank you to the BLB crew
for having us.
and
Special shout out for John, their manager, John Bricker. Is
Yeah,
his last
his
name?
Instagram is Brickhouse.
Yeah, Brickhouse. Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
just-
Shout out to John for letting us be on the crew for the weekend. It was
Yeah.
really
It
like I
was
felt-
yeah.
very special and
Yeah.
privileged.
They were very welcoming. They
Yes.
brought us right in, so
Yeah.
it was great.
Mhm.
And now we're back in LA.
And now we're back in LA.
Working,
Yeah, whatever that was.
pooping.
Oh my God. Okay, well, let's get into beige flags.
Oh.
Do you know, Julio, do you know what a beige flag is?
I've seen the beige flag trend on TikTok.
Okay, it's a big trend on TikTok where
Yes.
beige flag is, it's not, there's like red flags, green flags. A beige flag is not,
It's kind of nothing.
it's kind of, it's not good or bad. It's just kind of like a quirk about a person. And, well, you just brought up poop now, so.
Is that
One of your beige flags, I
Oh.
think. I wrote down some beige flags. One of them is that.
Can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah.
I feel like I know where it's going, but
You change
Yeah.
keywords in songs to poop.
uh-huh.
Like he'll just be singing a song. It's even worse if it's a song that I really like, and then he changes like the chorus to be
Yeah.
about poop.
You'd be
And I'm just
surprised
like,
how many songs.
rolling my eyes because at first, like the first couple times, like the first couple years of our relationship, like it was like charming, like oh that's so cute, oh, that's so quirky. And now it's like, okay, we could not do this anymore.
So is it kind
and that
of
would be
becoming a
fine.
red flag?
It's not a red flag though.
Okay.
Like it wouldn't be a reason to not be with you.
Are
you
you
know?
sure?
You
would be
now I'm
surprised,
thinking
though, like-
about it.
How many songs can easily sound like they're about poop if you just change a couple keywords and it makes sense grammatically,
All
like
right,
dramaturgically
let's
correct.
hear an
you know?
example.
I don't want to like sing right now, but like
No, do it. Just like funny sing.
'cause,
Like,
love Vermont, but it's the season of the shits, and I don't know, something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it kind of works.
yeah, it doesn't though, but yeah,
It does though.
it does. Okay.
Anytime a song is on, I just, if I feel called to
To replace words with poop.
to throw in poop, yeah, it's fun, man. Poop is funny. Poop is funny. Poop and farts are funny.
Okay.
I know it seems childish, but I just feel like people who say they're not funny are like depriving themselves of just like being silly and goofy sometimes.
No, you're right. You're right. You're so right.
I know you think poop is funny sometimes.
I
as
do.
well.
I do.
So, like,
yeah, that's why it's a beige flag and not a red flag.
So that's why I'm like,
no, poop
whatever.
is very funny, and we talk about poop a lot in our relationship.
We're
so.
big open poop policy, OPP in this.
We're a little too.
Are you
close,
down with OPP? Open poop policies.
Oh,
So that's a beige flag.
God.
Okay.
Okay. The next one is kind of on the same wavelength. Whenever you fart.
You just airing me out.
You
God
say
damn.
I farted in an in an Irish accent. Can you please do it for the people?
Why? Why? I farted. I mix it up. I just, depends on the fart. If it's like more of a deep one, like, oh, I farted. If it's a little squeak, I'm like, oh, I farted. It's like a little leprechaun.
Oh,
It just spices things up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What else do I do that's so charming?
Wait, before I go on, do you have any beige flags for me?
I could think of, how you raise your legs at train tracks.
Oh, yeah, that's my superstition. I talked about that on the last podcast episode. Like, does anybody else do that?
It's really cute. I've never met
Thanks.
anyone that does that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like,
And so,
I could always use some luck.
Just like, it's just...
And he'll warn me actually too.
Yeah,
he'll
because
be
you're
like, "Train
looking
tracks."
down, and then I'm like, oh, she's going to hate this if we go over the train tracks. Because I think one time I didn't tell you, and you were like, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, I got really mad.
So yeah, no, that's cute.
Well, if you think it's like cute, it's not like that's a green.
It has to like...
I don't know. You know what? Maybe
That's the
it's
thing.
a beige
It's not like
It's
an
not good or bad,
indication
yeah.
of like
yeah.
some great personality trait or anything. It's just like a cute little thing.
It was hard. It's hard to think of beige flags for Julio because almost everything is a green flag.
Oh,
because
shut up.
everything you do is like, oh my god, I need to marry him.
Oh, the way you put up your glasses when you're wearing your glasses because they're like loose.
Right.
So
I
always,
need to
like,
get my
sliding.
glasses fitted.
But you use like your whole like hand to put. You don't just like
I'm like,
you do like a whole little like the edges of your palms, like you fan them out.
you're not talking.
I'm sure they got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just if you're watching this, it's like that, and then she'll be like tired, and then it's like a that's cute. I'm trying to think. I'm just like
What am
getting mushy.
What am I? One of mine is for you is that you change your outfit so many times before we go out. Like you have the hardest time picking out an outfit to wear.
Well, because I think of it in my head for a while. Mm-hmm. So I've tried to get into a habit. The reason I do that is because when I visualize it, I think it's gonna look good, and then I'll put it on, and sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
So I just have to kind of do that trial and error, like see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then I'll put it on, and then I go into a different room, and then the lighting changes, and I'm like, this looks fucking bad.
No,
and then
it's
I'm like,
it's normal. Like a lot of people do that.
No, but that's fine.
I'm just I'm lazy, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm wearing, and then and then Julio will be like, it'll be like a minute before we're about to go, and then he'll come out of the room with a completely different outfit. I'm like, you changed? Like, I already said that the other one was okay. And you were like, I didn't feel right in it. Like,
that's the other thing, too. If I don't feel like,
it's important to feel right in an outfit.
100%.
Feel comfortable.
So, yeah, I'm just very, I have a chaotic process. But we get there.
You do, yeah. You're really impulsive.
Is that a beige flag?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's not, like, good or bad, but, like, one day I came home and Julio was just like, I threw out my PS3. Like you just threw like he just put down the trash chute his PS3.
Because I was giving up too much time to it, and it was more of a hindrance, so I just threw it out.
Yeah, but
I
then
was
you
like,
just got a
"Fuck it."
new one.
It was a couple months went by,
Yeah.
and then I was like, there are times when I'm like kind of bored, or like Emma goes to bed early and I'm still awake, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it'd be nice if I could just like play the video game.
Yeah, but maybe I don't know. It's probably like the Gemini moon in you, like how like chaotic and impulsive you are. Because sometimes you usually like overthink things so much, and they
Yeah.
just don't end up doing it or getting that thing or
Yeah.
whatever. And then all of a sudden, randomly one day, you'll be like, "I bought this thing. I bought a flight.
Yeah.
I did this," and I'm like, "Okay." Like
It's
you
a very
didn't.
Dragon-Eddy way of being.
It's like the littlest things. You're like, "Oh my god!" Like overthink to the max, and then the big things. You're like,
Mm-hmm. It's interesting, right?
"Yeah, you're very
That's one word for it.
interesting."
Oh. A lot of times, if we'll be in the apartment together, and like we'll be in the same space for a minute, and then you kind of like get up and go either like to the bathroom or you just like go to another room, and then like some time kind of goes by, and then I'm like, I just kind of like I'm doing my thing, and then I maybe like 30 minutes go by, and then I kind of like look, and I'm like, where is Emma? 95% of the time, she has gotten into bed. And is like in the blankets, like scrolling or like doing something, and then I'll come in the
I
room and then
love
she's
that.
like looks all guilty. I'm just like
I'm never guilty for
no,
being
not
in
like,
bed.
but it's just like you have this like smile and you're like, oh, the bed was looking
like
so
this,
comfortable.
yeah, like this is what I was meant to do in this moment. So
And then I usually just like get in bed and cuddle with you for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
If you're throwing up, I'm sorry.
I know I didn't want this to be a throw up section because beige flags are not supposed to be like.
What do you? I don't know if I get it.
Yeah, I don't know if I get it either. You need bribing to go on a walk or do any physical activity.
A treat.
Yeah, you need a little treat.
Yes.
That's a beige flag, I think.
Is it?
I think. Oh, we
I
should
don't
do
know
our
if I
red
get it.
flags.
Huh?
You don't have any.
None.
Yeah, yeah. You'd say that as a joke, but like you really don't have any.
I'm sure I do. I'm sure an objective third party would find some.
I have a lot of red flags.
Do you?
Actually,
I don't like to think in terms of flags.
mm.
It's very nationalist. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, to end this episode, I wanna bring up some new Julio quotes.
Your favorite segment
Yep.
on the new segment on NMJC. Shit, Julio says.
It's not a competition, but I'm glad to know I won.
Yeah. What was that? And it was.
I honestly can't
We
remember.
did
I was trying
something.
to remember earlier.
Oh, I think you might have told me I was like the best, like boyfriend or something, to make it more mushy.
Ugh. All right, let's skip that.
Yeah, skip that one.
Okay.
Delete.
Anything women can do, men can do. And you said that because you did you were like being crazy or something like as a joke, and you were like, men can be crazy too.
Yeah.
And I took offense to that because women aren't crazy, men just suck.
I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that doesn't sound good out of context. But
Yeah,
it's fine.
no, it was funny though. It was a joke.
Yeah.
Good.
You had to be there for my misogynistic joke.
Yo, so funny.
Yeah.
Good artists create, great artists steal.
Yeah, that's a requote. I don't know who said that originally, but
Yeah, somebody said it.
it's true, man. Don't waste your time coming up with something original.
Mm-hmm.
Steal from the next person who already figured it out, and just be like,
Oh, sorry. I remember when you said it. It was when we were talking about Beyonce because we were talking about like how many samples that she uses, like how many different artists that she not steals from, kind
Yeah.
of, but like she gets the rights to.
sampling
Yeah.
is like, it's not stealing because there's like, a process for it, and like that's the whole thing. It's like you take what's there and then you kind of add to it. So I feel like that's kind of the essence of the quote. It's like it's almost a waste of time trying to come up with something like that no one's ever heard before.
Right.
Or, like
right.
no one's ever done before.
Yeah.
You just kind of like build.
Yeah. Because it's
on-
not a
on these
thing.
things.
Everyone's done. it
At this
before.
point in history,
Yeah, yeah.
everyone's done it.
Yeah. There's nothing
Or like
that hasn't
I'm
been
sure
done.
there might be like, some minds out there that are coming up with the next thing, but like
Mhm.
at this point in human history, it's like kind of, and also I just don't know if it's that appealing. Like, oh, you never heard this before. It's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Is it good or bad?
Right. Right. Oh, this was at Boston Calling when we were sitting with our little
Oh,
group
yeah.
at the picnic table.
I think I know
And
this,
I don't remember like what band we were talking about, but you said, I'm surprised any of them are still alive, you know, because musicians tend to die. And then everyone at the table was like eating and just like, was like, what?
We were talking about how Tina Turner recently passed. She was apparently she was the second artist from the We Are the World song to pass since Michael Jackson. So her and Michael Jackson, that's what Ethan was saying. So I was like, oh, that's crazy. Because if you know We Are the World, that's a recording with like 30 different singers on there, like very famous singers from like the 80s and 90s and stuff, I think. And so, yeah, I was just like kind of surprised that it was only 2 of them that had passed. Because, yeah, like pop stars, I feel like every year we hear of a few or a handful of, you know, influential musicians that pass either too early or like, you know, timely or sometimes untimely.
Yeah.
Tina Turner, luckily, she was like, you know, she lived a full life. R.I.P., one of the GOATs. But, yeah, I was just like, kind of surprising the way musicians die all the time.
Yeah, it was a real thing to say, but it was a dark
It
thing to
is
say.
a little dark, yes. And especially at a table with musicians and creators. Like, statistically, one of us is going to die early. So, no, yeah, but it's something to think about. I just say things sometimes, unfortunately.
You do.
Other times I say nothing, which inspired the lyric in my song Running, which you should check out now. It's available on all streaming platforms.
Yes.
So, yeah, is there more? Is there another one?
Well, the next one I have, when we were in Boston, we were probably the same conversation, actually. I was asking Julio how the Celtics are doing, and then he was like, I didn't get it in my download this morning.
Yeah.
I talked about that on last
did.
podcast too, about how I have this theory that boys get like a sports download every day because they all just know like who won and like what sports things are going on, you know? And I'm sure girls,
We all know our niche things.
Yeah.
Did you get it? Oh, you did, but it didn't die. Did you get it again?
Yeah.
That would have been crazy. No, it flew away.
Damn it.
Emma did one of the like Mr. Miyagi catching a fly in your hand things earlier, and she just did it now, but she did it so gently because of your vegan nature that you let it go again.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's talk about that. Veganism, yeah,
We're done with it.
We're not. Okay. No, we're not done with it. We're still vegan, but like these little gnats, like I hate them. I hate them invading my space, getting in my hair. Like I encourage you to kill them because they're so fucking annoying.
If cows were in our space eating your hair, we'd eat a burger or two. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
No, but these nuts fucking suck, and I hate it. Okay, this next one, I need you guys to let me know if you've ever heard this phrase in your life, because I have not, and Julio said it to me. I 100%
guarantee you they will have heard it.
It is not a thing.
It's
I've never heard it.
It's not only in an episode of Parks and Rec. It predates. It's like, as I said, it's in the zeitgeist. Go ahead, tell the people.
Open up a can of whoop ass.
100, like, you know, you've heard this. I don't know the origins. I think it might be around Stone Cold Steve Austin, which was like the 90s.
And I didn't know about Stone Cold Steve Austin until you told me about it.
Stone Cold?
Yes. I just knew that as a Demi Lovato song.
She has a song called Stone Cold?
Stone Cold. Yeah. You don't know that song?
What about Deb Never? She has a song called Stone.
I know, but I did not know until you
was it because
explained
of that song?
To me
Did I
the
explain
reference
to you?
in that song. Yeah.
That's when you found out who Stone Cold Steve Austin is?
Yes.
Wow. That's crazy. We grew up in different pop culture worlds.
Yeah.
Obviously. That's very common, I guess.
Yeah. We've taught each other a lot of things.
There's a lot of crossover.
Yeah. Like you've taught me about sports and musicians, and
wrestlers.
history and wrestlers. Yeah. And I have taught you about
Skincare
yeah.
and health and astrology and empathy. The will to live. These kinds of things.
Oh man. Let me know.
When I was working in the social media world, you were basically my like.
I did his job for him. Basically, I was finding all the
might as well.
trends. Yeah.
Or I would just be like, "Who is this? Is this a big deal?" And you're
And
like,
I'd be like,
"Yeah,
oh, you don't fucking
they're
know.
great."
You work in social media, Julio, and you don't know
Yeah.
who this is. Had a big ego about it, so I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. I got paid.
Right. Yeah, so let me know if you've ever heard open up a can of
guaranteeing-
whoop ass. I've never.
I'm guaranteeing
Okay.
that people will have heard this,
Okay.
and I'm so shocked. I was
Yeah, whatever. I'm prepared to feel stupid
flabbergasted.
if everyone's like, I've heard that.
maybe not everyone, but I was.
Wait, what does it mean? Can you explain
It
it?
just means to beat someone up, to like bring down the fury on someone. Open up a can of whoop ass.
Damn.
And
What is whoop ass? Oh.
whooping your ass?
Oh, I get it. I get it now.
Yeah.
Sorry. It took me a
The
while.
can restrains the whoop ass.
Okay.
And I open the can,
Okay.
and that unleashes the ass whooping that will be given
Okay.
to whoever, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was ever in an environment where there was ass whooping. So maybe
Yeah.
that's.
I
Right.
grew up in the suburbs, but I watched the
You
WWE,
acted
so
Okay, true. Yeah, you watched it on TV.
I got into a fight in the 3rd grade. This was a core memory for me. This is the first time I got punched in the face.
Oh God. Okay, go on.
You know what the craziest thing is? We ended the year as friends. Like I remember going to his house after.
Oh,
Like
look at
later that year,
that. Look
I remember
at
like going
that.
and hang out with him in his house.
Enemies to lovers.
Yeah, we were chill. I guess after he punched in the face, like the next day, we must have squashed it.
I think it's obvious, but Julio's not a very like angry person.
Not right now.
No. Do you think you used to be? Well,
I
more
think
angry.
I
Yeah.
think I had a temper, like maybe more. I was a little more hot-headed and just like
Yeah.
emotionally stunted, maybe.
Well, Julio's never
Um,
yelled at me in the in our entire relationship,
No,
which is
yeah.
like actually crazy.
I feel like I think I might have raised my voice once or twice, but like
You
I
did
guess
not.
it's not.
You literally didn't. You'd be like, I want to talk this out, Emma. Like
I do. I get like a voice. Yeah, I get it. I go into a
you get a
certain
you get
register.
like a serious voice, but like it's very rare.
Yeah.
Because most times if I'm mad, you're just like, oh, grumpy gills. Like you just laugh it
Not
off.
if you're like actually mad.
Yeah.
But I can tell when I should like just make you laugh it off, or
Right.
if we need to actually fight.
Yeah.
This has been a very exposing episode for me.
Yeah.
So
It's great.
that's fun.
Thank you, Julio, for being on this episode
Oh,
of
yeah.
NMJC and sharing so much of yourself with us. We really appreciate it. I know the listeners, the chillers, appreciate it.
I am who I am.
And we love you for it.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you guys for chilling with us this week. And I will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Nothing much, just a chillin'.